you probably don't even notice it anymore. How many hours you sit at the breakfast table, by the television, on your favorite chair by the window. It feels normal, comfortable, and maybe even necessary, because your knees ache, your back tenses, and walking just isn't as easy as it used to be. But what if I told you that sitting too long, the thing that feels so harmless, so innocent, might be slowly taking something precious from you? Not just your strength, not just your energy, but your years. There's a quiet truth about aging that many don't talk about. As we grow older, it's not just the big things, diseases, diagnoses, surgeries, that shorten our lives. It's often the small things, repeated every day, like sitting. According to research from the Mayo Clinic and the World Health Organization, prolonged sitting, defined as sitting more than 6 to 8 hours a day, can increase the risk of heart disease, memory decline, type 2 diabetes, and even early death. And for older adults, the risk is even higher, because our bodies recover more slowly and the damage accumulates quietly. You may be thinking, but I'm retired, I deserve to rest. And you're right, rest is a gift. But stillness, too often and too long, becomes something else. It becomes a slow fade, a quiet shrinking of your world. You stop walking as far, you stop exploring, you stop reaching for things that once brought you joy. And before you realize it, you're not just sitting for a few hours, you're sitting through entire days. But here's the most heartbreaking part. The body begins to forget how to move. Muscles weaken, balance deteriorates, the heart doesn't pump as efficiently, and even your brain function begins to slow down. That's not just aging, that's inactivity, disguised as comfort. But this isn't a warning to scare you, it's an invitation to notice, to gently challenge the patterns that no longer serve you, because it's not too late. After 60, the body changes in ways that are subtle but significant. And the truth is, what used to be harmless at 30 or 40 can become deeply harmful later in life. When you sit for long periods, especially in the same position, your blood flow slows down. That means less oxygen reaching your brain, less circulation in your legs, and more pressure on your heart to keep everything moving. You may not feel it at first, but maybe you've noticed this. Your feet feel colder, your legs ache when you stand, you feel dizzy when getting up too quickly. That's your body quietly whispering, I need to move. The muscles, especially those in your thighs, core, and back, begin to weaken from disuse. And when they weaken, your balance suffers. Your ability to catch yourself during a stumble is slower, your posture slouches, and every movement starts to feel heavier. This is why so many older adults who fall don't just fall. They fall and break a hip, they fall and don't recover fully. They fall and lose a piece of their independence. But that's not all. When you sit too long, your spine compresses, your hip flexors tighten, and your lower back begins to bear more stress than it was ever designed to hold. That dull ache in your back, the stiffness when you wake up, the reason why bending to pick up a dropped spoon feels harder than it should? Often, it's not age alone. It's immobility. And here's something you might not know. Your lymphatic system, which helps your body remove waste and toxins, relies on movement. When you sit still, that system slows down dramatically. Toxins linger, inflammation rises, and your energy fades, slowly, silently. It's not just about standing up once in a while. It's about understanding that after 60, every hour you sit without moving has a cost, and every small movement you add back in is like giving your body a little more life. When we think about sitting too long, we often picture stiff joints or back pain. But what we rarely talk about, what's far more dangerous in the long run, is what stillness does to your mind. You see, the brain is not just a control center, it's deeply responsive to the body's movement, especially after 60. When you move, even just a little, your heart pumps faster. That sends more oxygen to the brain. Your body releases endorphins, natural mood boosters, and your brain responds with clarity, focus, and lightness. But when you sit too long, that flow slows down, the oxygen decreases, and over time, your brain begins to work harder just to think clearly. You may find yourself feeling foggy, forgetting names, losing track of time, or staring at the television but not really taking in anything at all. It's not just old age, it's inactivity clouding your mental skies. And then there's the emotional side. Sitting for long periods, especially in isolation, can lead to a quiet, creeping sadness. Not the kind that shows up suddenly with tears, but the kind that lives under the surface. A sense of dullness, of being unmotivated, of wondering, what happened to my energy? Where did my joy go? It's been shown in countless studies that prolonged sitting is linked to increased risk of depression, especially in older adults. Not because sitting causes sadness, but because stillness removes stimulation. You see less, you experience less, you feel less, and over time, you become less engaged with the world around you. The brain is like a garden. It needs movement to stir the soil. It needs variety to grow new connections, and it needs interaction to keep its roots alive. Even walking for 10 minutes outside, feeling the air, seeing the sky, can stimulate parts of your brain that sitting all day cannot. But when you spend hours in the same position, staring at the same wall or screen, the world begins to feel smaller. And so do you. But you are not small, and you are not meant to fade quietly into the chair you sit in. There is still light in you, still clarity, still emotion waiting to be stirred. Let's be honest. One of the hardest parts of aging isn't the wrinkles or the gray hair, it's the quiet fear of losing your independence. The ability to carry your groceries, to stand up from a chair without help, to reach for something on a shelf, to walk to the mailbox without holding your breath. These little things, so easy in our younger years, begin to slip away slowly, often without warning. And one of the biggest culprits? Sitting. Too much. You see, when you sit for long periods day after day, your muscles begin to atrophy. That means they weaken and shrink. Especially the muscles in your thighs, hips, and core, the very ones you need to stay steady and upright. And unlike in youth, after 60, every week of inactivity can take a more permanent toll. What you don't use, you lose. And once lost, it's harder to rebuild. Think about this. Your ability to get up from a chair without using your arms, or to walk up a short flight of stairs, is directly linked to how long you'll be able to live independently. When you sit too long, you also lose joint flexibility. Your hips stiffen, your back tightens, and your knees start to complain even during short walks. So what do we do when movement feels harder? We move less. And this is how the spiral begins. The less we move, the less we can move. And eventually the chair that once gave us comfort becomes the very thing that traps us. But here's the truth. Many doctors and researchers now agree on. Lack of movement is one of the top predictors of functional decline in older adults. It's not just about getting exercise. It's about preserving your right to stand, walk, live on your own terms. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to run marathons. You just need to break the stillness with intention and consistency. Because every time you stand, stretch, or walk, you're telling your body, I still need you, don't give up on me yet. And more often than not, your body listens. There's something no medical scan can measure, something no doctor's chart can record. It's the quiet weight that begins to settle in your heart when you stop moving, not just your body, but your life. After 60, we're told to slow down, to rest, to take it easy. But what they don't tell us is that too much stillness doesn't just weaken the body, it begins to dull the soul. Have you ever noticed it? You sit in your chair, not really tired, not exactly energetic either. You scroll through the news or watch something on TV, but it doesn't make you feel much. You think about calling someone, but don't. You think about going for a walk, but stay seated. And slowly, quietly, the world feels a little grayer. That's not laziness. That's not depression in the medical sense. It's what happens when motion disappears from meaning. Because movement is more than physical, it's emotional. It's what keeps our spirit engaged with life. When you walk outside and feel the wind on your face, your mind shifts. When you stretch your arms in the morning light, your breath deepens. When you move your body even just a little, you remind your heart that you're still part of the world. But sitting for long hours, day after day, creates emotional distance. It becomes easier to withdraw, easier to accept that maybe your best days are behind you. And with that belief, your light dims, one quiet hour at a time. The truth is, movement is a form of hope, of defiance, of saying, I may be aging, but I'm not done living. Even just walking to your front door, even just standing and stretching while you breathe. These are acts of resistance against fading too soon. So if you've been feeling numb or tired without knowing why, start small. Stand, step, reach, reclaim your rhythm. Because the longer you sit, the farther joy feels. But the moment you rise, it begins to return. Next, we'll explore gentle ways you can bring movement back into your day. Even if you have pain, limited energy, or have been sedentary for years. You don't need to move a mountain. Just shift a stone. Let's take a deep breath together. You've heard a lot so far about the hidden dangers of sitting, about the way stillness steals strength, joy, and time. But now it's time to shift. From awareness to action. From fear to small healing choices. Because no matter your age, your current health, or how long you've been inactive, you can begin again. Movement doesn't have to mean strenuous workouts. You don't need fancy equipment or a perfect plan. What you need is something far more powerful: gentle consistency. Start with this. Every 30 to 45 minutes, stand up. Even if just for a minute, stretch your arms to the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back. Take 5 deep breaths. This tiny ritual, done a few times a day, begins to reawaken your body. If you can, walk from one room to another. Use the back of a chair to hold on and lift your heels. Circle your ankles while seated. Reach behind you to gently open your chest. Even seated, marching in place while watching your favorite show can help stimulate circulation, wake up your leg muscles, and signal to your brain, I'm alive, I'm still moving. Try placing a glass of water on the far side of the room so you have to get up to drink. Or open a window and walk to it slowly, just to feel the air on your skin. These aren't exercises, they're acts of reconnection. Little choices that stitch movement back into your day without overwhelming your energy. And if pain is holding you back, know this: gentle movement often reduces pain, not increases it. It lubricates the joints, improves circulation, and calms inflammation over time. But more than anything, movement reminds you of something vital. You are not stuck, you are not done, and you do not have to surrender your body to the stillness of aging. Because the more you move, the more you'll want to. And slowly, day by day, life begins to return to your muscles, your breath, your mood, and your hope. Somewhere along the way, society began to whisper, you're getting older, slow down, sit down, stay out of the way. But you were never meant to fade into stillness. Not after 60, not at any age. You were meant to move, in your own rhythm, at your own pace, in ways that make you feel alive, not fragile. Because movement isn't about being athletic, it's about staying connected. To your strength, to your independence, to your joy. Even the tiniest gestures, the stretch of your arms in the morning light, the short walk to the garden, the rhythm of your breath as you rise from your chair, they all say something deeply important. I still belong in this world. I'm still participating in life. I haven't given up. And here's the quiet truth no one says often enough. Your body will listen to your hope. Even if you've been still for a long time. Even if the stairs seem harder, or the aches last longer. When you move, gently, consistently, you are reminding every cell, every joint, every memory in your muscles, I choose to live fully. So today, let this video not be a warning, but a gentle nudge. A reminder that you deserve more than the comfort of the same seat. You deserve movement, circulation, energy, clarity, and joy. You are still capable, still powerful, still growing. And if this message touched something in you, something quiet, something true, I invite you to take a moment and share your thoughts in the comments. What movement will you bring back into your day today? What's one small step you're ready to take? Your story could encourage someone else, someone sitting alone, just like you were, wondering if it's too late to begin again. And if you found comfort or truth here, please consider subscribing to Golden Pathways. This space was created for you, to walk together, one step at a time, into a wiser, stronger, more awakened life after 60. Because you were never meant to just sit and wait for life to pass by. You were meant to move through it, with courage, grace, and purpose.